Hi ladies, just wanted to pop on here for just a minute today. I tagged all of you in the welcome post for the Lymph Detox Challenge Facebook group. So look in your notifications and find that group. Make sure you look at the welcome post. It's coming up in just a few days and we start Sunday. Today is Thursday. So just a couple things that I want to mention that we should be doing ahead of time. One is, if you haven't already, you need to take that Cellulite massage oil and use it just a little bit with the top that it comes with so that there's enough room to add the cypress and the pump top. If you take the top off and just put the pump top right on, it will overflow a little bit. And this is valuable oil. It's full of essential oils. It's not just a massage oil. Really does help detox. So I've used it, I think 3 days. And so now I hope you can see this. There's just a little bit of room there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this with you just so that you can see what it's like. So I'm just gonna take off the top here. And then I'm going to take the cypress oil and take the top off that. And then you see that little dropper top that comes on it. I'm gonna physically pop that off. And I'm gonna take the entire bottle of cypress and put it in this 8-ounce bottle of Citrus Fresh. For my one person that has celiac that is doing this, and I made you a special oil, you're just gonna use half the bottle of cypress because the blend that I made you is in a carrier oil that is only in a 4-ounce bottle. I do think that will be enough. I'll say a little bit more about that later, but right now I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the entire bottle of cypress into the Citrus Fresh. So after doing that, you can see we're almost to the top, but there's still a little bit of space. So now I can take that pump top and put it on. Oh, it's so close, ladies. So close. But it's gonna do it. It's just gonna fit. So yes, you need to use it like, I would say 2 to 4 days to have enough room to put that oil in there. If you don't have a chance to do that, just dump a little bit of the bottle of Cellulite oil out into like a Tupperware container, or better yet, a glass container, and set it aside. And then once you've used some of the oil, you can add the remainder back in. But just dumping that cypress in and putting the pump top in, you're gonna have a lot of waste, and we don't want that. The other thing is that you're gonna need to do a roller top on your Citrus Fresh. It just makes it so much easier to apply. I've gotten a roller top to most of you. The last 2 people, my local people, yours is going in the mail today. I hope it arrives Saturday. If not, it will come Monday. You might have to just use with the regular little plastic top it normally comes with until then. But just like we did with the cypress, you're gonna wanna pop off that little plastic dropper top, and then you're gonna take the roller filament that I gave you, and you're going to put it onto the bottle of Citrus Fresh and press down until you feel a click. Wiggle it from side to side. Make sure that that top is on there so that you don't lose any of the oil. And then it came with a different cap, this little black cap that you'll be using instead of the white cap, because the roller top is higher, so the white cap won't fit anymore. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, I'm gonna tag you all in another video later today that's on Live Well, Be Well, that is like 20, maybe more minutes, where she's talking a lot about the reasons why we do this lymph detox and a lot about how that circulatory system works. It is a great video. It's a little long, but one of the huge takeaways from it is hydration. And she uses this awesome example of how, like, if you have a baked on casserole dish that you're trying to clean, like we're trying to cleanse our lymphatic system, that sometimes it doesn't just work to scrub it. You got to soak it first. So start hydrating today. Keep your hydration up the whole time. So important. In that video, she also mentions a few other Young Living products that help you with elimination. Don't worry about that. I do have one of them, so I may try it, the Digest and Cleanse, but it's not part of the traditional protocol. If you normally use fiber, use fiber. The point is that we do eliminate the toxins that we draw out. We're gonna eliminate not just through those detox baths, but through our regular pathways, which are urine, stool, sweat, and breath. She doesn't talk about those last two. And a lot of people who do detoxes experience a few days of bad breath. So don't be surprised if that happens. The last thing I want to say, I'm sure they'll go over this with you in the Lymph Challenge Facebook group, but you should all have either received your dry brush, or there's 2 more people that are coming today and tomorrow respectively, but everybody should get their dry brush in time. I got you one similar to mine in that the handle comes off. I kind of whack it on there good, but you can take it off and use it like this on your arms and legs and whatnot, and then it has that long handle for the back. Now, when you're dry brushing, you always want to dry brush towards your heart. And this makes more sense when you listen to the long video that Jamie does about how your lymphatic system works in tandem with your circulatory system. But just take it from me, you're gonna want to brush towards your heart. So I usually start with my arms and I just brush up all sides of my arms, then down my chest, not my breasts, both arms, then start at my ankles, working up the legs, every part of your leg, your rear end, your tummy, all the way up. You're just brushing either down towards your heart or up towards your heart. And you ladies all I got you a slightly different dry brush than mine, which has like a separate handle that I think is more intended for the lymphatic system, that has some little knobs on it. So I'd encourage you to use that. I think I might upgrade for myself in the future, but I've had this dry brush for a long time and have used it, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Then you can put that handle on nice and tight and use it for your back. That's why I got you this one, because or that one, because I like to be able to do my back. And when you dry brush, you do not want your skin wet. That's why they call it dry. And you don't want to be like abrasive, but your skin should be kind of a light pink color when you're doing this. Like, you are trying to encourage movement in that lymphatic system. And this is one big way that we do it. So I think that's everything for now, but I just want you to reach out to me if you can't access the Facebook group, if you have any questions at all, and especially if those last 2 people, like, your dry brush doesn't come. But Amazon has been sending me notifications of every delivery, so I think there is really no issue with that. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say is that I kind of did the reason why I have a roller top on my Citrus Fresh already is that I kind of did like a halfway job of doing this detox the last time, because I had some of the products, and so I did put a roller top on my Citrus Fresh. They didn't tell me to do that, but it just was my own common sense that it'd be easier to apply to the lymph nodes if I had that. And I had the cellulite oil, but at that time I was using the cellulite oil after my shower, and I would, like, when I was wet, I would rub the oil on my body and then towel off. And I decided not to do that this time for a couple reasons. One is I used a lot more oil, because when your skin is wet like that, I don't know, I think that you feel like you need a little bit more. And even if I wasn't using a lot more oil, I was wasting some of it because I was toweling it off. So these past couple of days, when I've been getting the bottle low enough to add the cypress and the pump top, I have been drying off in the shower, still staying in the shower, and then using the oil on my, damp skin, but with no intention of wiping it off. And it's not too greasy. I mean, my skin is kind of dry, but as long as you're still getting ready, like today I used the oil, and then you know, dried my hair and then put on my clothes, and there's no issue. And I think that is truly the way to go, because we're trying to get the most out of this product. And if we use it on wet skin and towel off, we're gonna wait, it's just not going to absorb into our system in that same way. Similar with the Citrus Fresh. So when you use the roller, you might say, oh, it's a little too oily there. We'll just rub it in. And it's a good thing we're starting on a Sunday, because you know, you're not gonna be rushing off to work on that day. So just give yourself a little bit of time and you know, let it soak in, and then put your clothes on and just see how that works for you. If it's truly like something you can't do in the morning, then do it at night, but don't waste the oil. Don't towel it off. All right, I think that's everything. I'm excited to do this with you all. If you have any questions, reach out.